Hello learners, welcome to your IELTS grammar adventure. Today we'll discover how grammar is like the secret ingredient in your favorite recipe, essential for great results. Grammar helps you say what you mean, especially in IELTS. For example, I eat breakfast every day is clear, but eat breakfast day is confusing. Another example, she plays piano is correct, but plays she piano is not. Simple sentences like dogs bark, rain falls, and children laugh show how grammar works in real life. The more you practice, the easier it gets. We'll use real-life examples like my friend studies every evening and the sun rises in the east to make grammar simple and fun. Get ready for practical tips you can use right away. Let's look at some simple examples together. I eat breakfast every day. She plays piano. Dogs bark. Rain falls. Children laugh. Notice how these sentences are clear and easy to understand. That's the power of grammar. Sample answers like dogs bark are correct because they follow the subject-verb pattern, making the meaning clear. Think of grammar as the map for your English journey. Without a map, you might get lost, even if you know some words. For example, I enjoy music every morning and she reads books at night are clear, but enjoy music morning or reads books night leave us confused. Grammar guides your ideas to their destination, just like a map helps you reach the right place. Imagine grammar as the rules of your favorite game. When everyone knows the rules, the game is fun and fair. In English, grammar rules help you play confidently, so your sentences make sense and your ideas shine. For instance, she reads quickly and they play outside follow the rules, while reads she quickly or play they outside do not. Clear rules make communication easy. Mastering grammar helps you share your thoughts in every IELTS section, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. It's not just about memorizing rules, it's about making your message clear. For example, they finished the project and we answered all the questions are easy to understand, but finished project they or answered questions we are confusing. Clear grammar means clear communication. Let's start with the basics. Every sentence needs a subject and a verb. Think of them as the main characters in your story. For example, birds sing, the teacher explains, and children laugh. Try making your own simple sentences. Who is doing what? Dogs bark. Rain falls. Keep it simple and clear. Next, let's add some flavor with objects and details. For example, the chef cooks pasta. My friend reads a book and the dog chases the ball. Notice how the object completes the idea. Try your own. The student answers a question. She paints a picture. Objects make your sentences richer. Now, let's sprinkle in some description. Adjectives and adverbs make your sentences more interesting. For example, the happy child laughs loudly. She writes carefully. And the bright sun shines warmly. Try describing something around you. The tall tree grows quickly. He speaks softly. Add color to your sentences. Practicing these basics will help you spot grammar patterns in IELTS questions and real life. The more you notice, the easier it gets. For example, my sister dances gracefully. We study together, and the bus arrives early. Try listening for subjects, verbs, and details in conversations or songs. He sings beautifully. They play football every weekend. Practice makes perfect. Quick challenge, pause the video and write 2 sentences about your day. Use a subject, verb, and add a detail. For example, I drink tea in the morning, my friend calls me after class, or we walk to school together. Practicing like this builds your grammar confidence. Try, she eats lunch at noon. They watch TV in the evening. Sample answers like she eats lunch at noon are correct because they clearly show who is doing what and when. Great job! Remember, grammar is your guide to clear, confident English. With practice, you'll be ready to impress on your IELTS journey. Let's keep going and learn how to build even stronger sentences. You can do it. Practice makes progress. Let's break down how to build clear English sentences from the ground up. Every sentence needs a person or thing doing something and often something receiving that action. This is called the subject-verb-object or SVO pattern. For example, a student reads a book. The dog chases a ball. My mother cooks dinner. The teacher answers questions. Children draw pictures. Parents help children. Notice how each sentence has a subject, a verb, and often an object. This pattern helps your ideas make sense in English. Sample SVO sentences. A student reads a book. The dog chases a ball. My mother cooks dinner. These answers are correct because they use the subject-verb-object pattern, which is the basic structure for clear English sentences. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. The verb shows the action. The object receives the action. For example, in "The artist paints a mural," the artist is the subject, paints is the verb, and a mural is the object. Try these. Children build towers. We solve puzzles. She reads stories. The cat drinks milk. My friend writes emails. They watch television. Can you create your own SVO sentences using people and actions around you? Try. The bird sings a song. He opens the door. Sample answers. The bird sings a song. He opens the door. Children build towers. Now it's your turn. Pause here and write 3 SVO sentences about your daily life. For example, I eat breakfast. My sister rides a bike. They play football. We watch TV. She draws a picture. You read a story. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to build sentences that are clear and correct. Sample answers. I eat breakfast. She draws a picture. They play football. These sentences are correct because each one has a subject, a verb, and an object, making the meaning easy to understand. Watch out for a common mistake, missing the subject. For example, don't say "It's raining outside." Instead say "It is raining outside." More examples. Is delicious should be "The soup is delicious." Went shopping should be "We went shopping." Is important should be "This is important." Likes music should be "He likes music." Always start with a subject to make your meaning clear. Try. Is cold today becomes "It is cold today." Sample answers. It is raining outside. The soup is delicious. He likes music. Another important tip, make sure your subject and verb agree. For example, say "The dog barks," not "The dog bark." They enjoy music, not "They enjoys music." More examples. She runs fast, not "She run fast." We study English, not "We studies English." My friend likes pizza, not "My friend like pizza." If you're unsure, say the sentence aloud. Does it sound right? Try. The baby cries, not "The baby cries." Sample answers. The dog barks. They enjoy music. The baby cries. Let's add more detail. Use adjectives to describe nouns and adverbs to describe verbs. For example, the clever student solves difficult problems quickly. A bright sun shines warmly. The happy children play outside. She writes carefully. The old man walks slowly. My new phone works perfectly. Try. The red apple tastes sweet. He speaks softly. See how these words make your sentences more interesting? Sample answers. The red apple tastes sweet. He speaks softly. The clever student solves problems quickly. Try this. Start with a simple sentence, then expand it. For example, the cat sleeps. Make it the sleepy cat sleeps peacefully on the sofa. Or the teacher explains. Expand to the patient teacher explains clearly to the class. More examples. The boy runs becomes the energetic boy runs quickly in the park. The book is interesting becomes the new book is extremely interesting for students. Try. The girl sings becomes the talented girl sings beautifully. Keep experimenting with new words. Sample answers. The sleepy cat sleeps peacefully on the sofa. The patient teacher explains clearly to the class. The talented girl sings beautifully. Once you're ready, connect your ideas with words like and, but, or because. For example, I like reading and I enjoy drawing. She studied hard but felt nervous. We stayed inside because it rained. More examples. He plays football and he swims. They wanted to go out but it was raining. I finished my homework because I started early. Try. She reads books and writes stories. Linking ideas helps your writing flow and sound natural. Sample answers. She reads books and writes stories. I like reading and I enjoy drawing. We stayed inside because it rained. Now write 3 sentences about your day. Check. Does each have a subject, verb, and object? Can you add an adjective or adverb? Try reading your sentences aloud or sharing them with a friend. For example, I quickly ate breakfast. My sister happily called her friend. We studied English together. Try. The sun rises early. He carefully finishes his homework. The more you review, the stronger your sentences will be. Sample answers. I quickly ate breakfast. My sister happily called her friend. He carefully finishes his homework. Building strong sentences is your first step to IELTS success. Practice often and soon making great sentences will feel easy. Keep going. You're making real progress. Ready for the next challenge? Let's explore how tenses can make your sentences even more powerful. Welcome to your quick tour of all 12 English tenses. Tenses are like signposts. They show when something happens, in the past, present, or future. Mastering tenses helps you tell your story clearly in IELTS and real life. Let's explore each tense together with simple explanations, examples, and practice questions. As we go through each tense, get ready to pause and try the practice questions. Grab a notebook or open a document so you can write your answers. Practicing as you learn will help you remember and use each tense with confidence. Let's start with the present tenses. These help you talk about things happening now, things you do regularly, or things that are true. Present simple is for facts, habits, and routines. For example, I eat breakfast every day. The sun rises in the east. Use it for things that are always true or happen regularly. Tip, watch for words like always, never, or every. Now you try, write 2 sentences in the present simple about your daily routine. For example, I walk to school. She drinks tea? Pause the video and write your answers. Sample answers. I walk to school. She drinks tea. These are correct because they use the present simple tense to describe regular actions or habits. Present continuous is for actions happening right now or around now. For example, she is reading a book. They are playing football. Use it for temporary actions or things happening at the moment. Tip, look for ing verbs and words like now or currently. Practice time, make 2 present continuous sentences about what you or someone else is doing right now. For example, I am watching this video. My friend is studying. Write your answers. Sample answers. I am watching this video. My friend is studying. These are correct because they use the present continuous tense to describe actions happening right now. Present perfect is for actions that happened at an unspecified time before now, or that have results in the present. For example, I have finished my homework. She has visited London. Use it for experiences or recent actions. Tip, use have or has plus the past participle. Your turn. Write 2 present perfect sentences about things you have done. For example, I have learned a new word. We have visited the museum. Give it a try. Sample answers. I have learned a new word. We have visited the museum. These are correct because they use the present perfect tense to talk about experiences or actions that have happened before now. Present perfect continuous is for actions that started in the past and are still continuing or have just stopped. For example, I have been studying for 2 hours. They have been living here since January. Use it to show duration. Tip, use have has been plus ing verb. Try this. Write 1 present perfect continuous sentence about something you have been doing recently. For example, I've been learning English for 3 years. Pause and write your sentence. Sample answer. I have been learning English for 3 years. This is correct because it uses the present perfect continuous tense to show an action that started in the past and is still continuing. Now let's look at the past tenses. These help you talk about things that happened before now. Past simple is for actions that finished in the past. For example, I visited my cousin yesterday. They played chess after school. Use it with time words like yesterday, last week, or ago. Tip, use the past form of the verb. Now you try, write 2 past simple sentences about something you did last week. For example, I watched a movie. She cooked dinner. Pause and write your answers. Sample answers are, I watched a movie. She cooked dinner. These are correct because they use the past simple tense to describe actions that finished in the past. Past continuous is for actions that were happening at a specific time in the past. For example, I was reading when you called. They were studying at 8 p.m. Use it to show what was going on at a moment in the past. Tip, use was, were plus ing verb. Practice time, write 1 past continuous sentence about what you were doing yesterday at a certain time. For example, I was doing my homework at 7 p.m. Try it now. Sample answer, I was doing my homework at 7 p.m. This is correct because it uses the past continuous tense to describe an action happening at a specific time in the past. Past perfect is for actions that happened before another action in the past. For example, she had left before I arrived. We had finished dinner when the movie started. Use it to show the order of past events. Tip, use had plus the past participle. Your turn. Write 1 past perfect sentence about something you had done before another event. For example, I had finished my homework before dinner. Write your answer. Sample answer. I had finished my homework before dinner. This is correct because it uses the past perfect tense to show one action happened before another in the past. Past perfect continuous is for actions that were happening over a period of time before something else in the past. For example, he'd been working all day before he rested. They'd been waiting for an hour when the bus arrived. Use it to show duration before another event. Tip: use had been plus ing verb. Try this. Write one past perfect continuous sentence. For example, I'd been studying for 2 hours before my friend called. Give it a go. Sample answer: I had been studying for 2 hours before my friend called. This is correct because it uses the past perfect continuous tense to show an action that was happening over a period of time before another event. Next, the future tenses. These help you talk about things that will happen. Future simple is for things that will happen. For example, I will join a study group. She will call you tomorrow. Use it for promises, predictions, or decisions made now. Tip: use will plus the base verb. Now you try. Write 2 future simple sentences about your plans. For example, I will visit my friend. We will study together. Pause and write your answers. Sample answers: I will visit my friend. We will study together. These are correct because they use the future simple tense to talk about plans or decisions for the future. Future continuous is for actions that will be happening at a specific time in the future. For example, I will be studying at 8 p.m. They will be traveling next week. Use it to show what will be going on at a future moment. Tip: use will be plus ing verb. Practice time. Write one future continuous sentence about what you will be doing tomorrow at a certain time. For example, I will be having lunch at 1 p.m. Try it now. Sample answer: I will be having lunch at 1 p.m. This is correct because it uses the future continuous tense to describe an action that will be happening at a specific time in the future. Future perfect is for actions that will be finished before a certain time in the future. For example, I will have completed my project by Friday. She will have left before you arrive. Use it to show something will be done before another future event. Tip: use will have plus the past participle. Your turn. Write one future perfect sentence about something you will have done by a certain time. For example, I will have finished my homework by 8 p.m. Write your answer. Sample answer: I will have finished my homework by 8 p.m. This is correct because it uses the future perfect tense to show an action that will be completed before a certain time in the future. Future perfect continuous is for actions that will be happening over a period of time before a future moment. For example, by next year I will have been studying English for 5 years. They will have been working here for a decade. Use it to show duration up to a future point. Tip: use will have been plus ing verb. Sample answer: by next month I will have been living here for a year. This is correct because it uses the future perfect continuous tense to show an action that will continue up to a future point. Sample answer: by next month I will have been living here for a year. There are also 2 common ways to talk about the future: be going to and present continuous. Use be going to for plans or intentions. I am going to start a new project. They're going to visit the museum. Use present continuous for arrangements. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. We're having a test next week. Practice time. Write one sentence using be going to and one using present continuous for the future. For example, I am going to read a book. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. Well, write your sentences. Sample answers: I am going to read a book. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. These are correct because they use be going to for plans and present continuous for future arrangements. Here's a quick summary. Each tense has a special job. Use simple tenses for facts and routines, continuous tenses for actions in progress, perfect tenses for completed actions, and perfect continuous for actions with duration. Practice using each tense with your own examples. Common mistakes in IELTS include mixing tenses, using the wrong verb form, or forgetting to match the tense to the question. Tip: after writing, circle your verbs and check their tense. Practice makes progress. Now it's your turn. Write one sentence for each tense about your life. For example, I study English every day. I was reading last night. I will have finished my homework by tomorrow. The more you practice, the more natural tenses will feel. You're on your way to IELTS success. Sample answers: I study English every day. I was reading last night. I will have finished my homework by tomorrow. These are correct because each sentence uses a different tense to describe actions at different times. Great job. Remember, every tense is a tool to help you share your ideas. With practice, you'll use them confidently in IELTS and beyond. Keep going. Your English journey is just getting started. It's quiz time. Let's see how much you've learned about English tenses. I'll ask you 5 questions. Pause the video after each question and write your answer. Ready? Here we go. Question 1. Which tense do you use for actions happening right now? Give an example sentence. Question 2. How do you form the past perfect tense? Write a sentence using it. Question 3. What is the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous? Give an example of each. Question 4. Which tense would you use for a plan in the future? Write a sentence. Question 5. Write a sentence in the future perfect continuous tense. Great job. Review your answers, then continue to see the answer key and explanations. Everyone makes mistakes when learning English, even the best speakers. Think of mistakes as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Each one is a chance to learn, grow, and get closer to your goals. Embrace your errors. They mean you're making progress. When you spot a mistake and fix it, you're already improving. The secret to improvement? Notice your mistakes and fix them. Try recording yourself speaking. Then listen for anything that sounds odd. If you spot a pattern, like missing articles or confusing prepositions, write it down and practice correcting it. For example, if you say I have car, correct it to I have a car. Or if you say she good at English, change it to she is good at English. The more you notice, the more you grow. Let's tackle a common error, double negatives. For example, don't say I don't need no help. Instead say I don't need any help. Another, she didn't see nothing, should be she didn't see anything. More examples. We can't find nowhere to sit should be we can't find anywhere to sit. Or he doesn't know nothing about it should be he doesn't know anything about it. Watch out for these in your writing and speaking. Next, word order mistakes. For instance, don't say always I'm tired in the morning. The correct way is I'm always tired in the morning. Or to the store I went should be I went to the store. More examples, Caro. Quickly she runs should be she runs quickly. In the park, play children should be children play in the park. Practice putting words in the right order for clear sentences. Don't forget about plural forms. For example, there are many child in the park. It should be there are many children in the park. Or she has 2 cat is incorrect. Say she has 2 cats. More examples. The boys has books should be the boys have book. 3 dog are barking should be 3 dogs are barking. Plurals can be tricky, so check your nouns and verbs. Build your confidence by celebrating small wins. Did you use a new word correctly? Did you fix a mistake you made last week? Maybe you remembered to use the right tense or plural. Give yourself credit. Confidence grows with every step, so focus on progress, not perfection. Try keeping a journal of your improvements. Try this. Set a weekly goal, like learning 5 new words or practicing a tricky grammar point. Share your progress with a friend or join an online group. Supporting each other makes learning more fun and less stressful. Remember, confidence comes from practice and patience. Speak English every day, even if it's just yourself. The more you use it, the more natural it will feel. Mistakes are proof you're learning, so keep going. You're not alone on this journey. Every English learner faces challenges, but with effort and a positive attitude, you'll keep improving. Believe in yourself and remember, every mistake is a step towards success.